So one great thing to do is, if you ever heard anybody say, relax and breathe. You're too anxious right now. You're too pumped up. You're too hyped up. All right? Breathe. Just sit down. Take big deep breaths, but don't take them to the chest. Take them to the abdomen. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty freaked out if, again, somebody had a gun to my head and they asked me for all my money. I'm not just going to be like, hey man, calm down, let's think this over. Do you really want to do this? No. I'm going to either give him my $10 or whatever I have and then just be gone with it and then breathe afterwards. Even if you're being chased by a lion, which is how stress used to become about, because we were all primal creatures at once. Not one point in time was somebody like being chased by a lion, like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna breathe. Well, I'm sprinting for my life. No, it doesn't happen that way. So one great way to kind of change that mindset is to just breathe, all right? The next thing that I want to talk about with stress is, with not necessarily stress, but recovery as well, is one big thing. And by the way, this is our last topic of the day. So I'm proud of all you guys that have hung in from this far, because we're almost done, right? One big thing, and one thing that should actually take, if you really think about it in hours of time, 1/3 of our entire life. All right, big letters here, we can all see it. Anybody guess what I'm going to say already?
Sleep.
Yeah, right there. Sleep. Damn important. You know what? So many people love sleep, yet so many people don't do it. I know a lot of people that are like, oh man, I love my sleep. Not so much. How many hours a night do you sleep? 4. Why don't you sleep 8? If you love it so much, why don't you sleep 8? You don't got enough time in the day. You know what? Like, yes, us as humans, we're supposed to work. We're supposed to do this. But you know what? We weren't supposed to do as much mental labor tasks. We were actually built and designed for physical labor tasks. That's why we built pyramids. How long have pyramids lasted for? Thousands of years. How long can your iPhone last for? Not that long. All right? Our bodies are designed to make physical things, physical structures, houses, building, things like that. Not necessarily a mental task, a mentally draining task of, I'll type all this paperwork up, I'll type this document. I got all the words there, I just got to type them on here. That's my work for the day. It's going to kill you up here. And you're doing nothing for your body. So when it comes down to sleep, we just lie in bed like this, because our mind has been doing stuff all day long, and our body's not really that tired, because we didn't do anything with it. We just sat all day. We sat at work for 7 hours. We got up, went to our car, sat in our car, drove where we needed to drive, got home, sat on our couch, maybe read a book. Oh, maybe no, we didn't go home. We exercised first. We just physical activity. We walked around a little bit more. All right? And then we go home, we sit on our couch, we eat some food, we read a little bit maybe, then we go to sleep. We go to sleep, we lie down. And maybe we might be awake for hour and a half. Me personally, when I was at my heavier weight, it took me a good 2 hours to go to sleep at night. I was always like, why? Why does it take me 2 hours? And why I have to lie down in my bed, bored out of my mind for 2 hours doing nothing just to try to sleep? You know what? I started exercising a lot. And I don't know about you guys, but when I hit my bed, I'm out. I'm just done. Like, sometimes my girlfriend will get a little bit, moody. She's like, I just fall asleep so fast. You never want to talk. I'm sorry. I have to sleep. Right when my body hits the bed, it's just boom, relax, sleep, turn off, everything, right? But you know what? I restart everything on there, but our nervous system is still intact. That's why we have dreams and everything, right? Now, when it comes down to sleep, there's a lot of important things that come into mind when it comes to sleep and getting the best and the most optimal sleep you can get. For those of you that might struggle with falling asleep at night, I highly suggest to breathe at night and stretch relax your body first, all right? So step one, relax muscles and breathe. While you're stretching, lie down and stretch. Don't stretch on your bed though. Lie down on the floor and stretch somewhere else. While you're stretching, take big, deep breaths. And once you're all done, still lying on the floor, take 10 to 15 deep breaths, or just breathe for 5 minutes, taking big gulps of oxygen, okay? And again, if we all train, that's why I also at the end of every physical, almost at the end of every training session, I have you guys lie down on your back, pull your knees to your chest, and just have you breathe for about 1 minute to 90 seconds. Why? To help change from a sympathetic state to a parasympathetic state of nervousness. So, number one, relax the muscles and breathe. This will help your body relax, calm itself, and then you can go more to a restful sleep. Next thing is light emission. We live, again, especially if any of you guys live in Hollywood or live in downtown LA and live in a city, you're gonna have lights everywhere. There's gonna be lights shining on. Lights don't even need to be on at all, are on. Like I live in Burbank, and I live in a more of a town kind of area. There's no city, there's not many big buildings near me or anything like that, but you know what, like where I live at, there's not even a driveway, there's just a walkway, but there's lights that are on. These lights are on when the sun comes down, there's sensors, lights turn on. It kind of bothers me because of the fact that when I sleep, the light shines into the window, right? All that emission of light is going through. We have a very, very thin sheath of skin that covers our eyeballs. Our eyes are just a tool for us to see, and our mind actually sees for us. But our mind is still awake. So if you close your eyes right now, I can still see the light from out there, and I can see there's more darkness over here. But you don't know what? It's my brain that's seeing that, and it's my nervous system that's seeing that. If you want the most optimal sleep, try to turn it off. You will never be able to turn it off. If you do, you're dead. But you can't really turn it off. But by helping out and trying to emit any sort of activity or stimulation of your nervous system and your brain will help out that much more. So light emissions. Those might even be a phone or a clock or just outside light. Alright? Try to emit any of that. Get a big black blanket if your blinds aren't good enough and cover the light that's coming inside. If you have your phone up and it's right next to you on your bed, flip it over or go put it near your door face down. That way, if somebody calls you or texts you or any notification that pops up on it, beep, that light emission isn't going to go right up to the ceiling and light up the ceiling. Want to know what? Your brain recognizes, boom, somebody just messaged you on Facebook. Great. All right? But you don't know that you're asleep. But it disturbed your sleep. It disturbed your recovery. It disturbed that one peaceful time that you get to have of the day. The time to yourself. All right? So phone, clock, even if you have a clock, you sleep right here, you have a nightstand, you have a clock with glaring numbers coming at you. Turn that around. Face it away from you. Again, you don't want that in you. Because again, if you close your eyes, your brain can still see that through the peripheral vision out to the side right there. The next thing is noise. You don't want zero noise. You want white noise. You want a constant noise. All right. I'm sure that, for instance, right now we have the air conditioning on, right? I'm pretty sure that, and it makes a humming noise, right? I'm pretty sure that throughout the winter time, we may all have the heater on, we may all have central heating, okay? That makes a noise, all right? And let's say you're sleeping in bed, you hear that noise and everything, it's very calming, you're feeling it, you're about to doze off, bam, it switches off. And then you hear a ring in your ears. And that humming noise that was calming you is now gone. You're like, huh. Okay? And your relaxation kind of just stopped. You're like, whoa, I'm not as relaxed anymore. Where'd that noise go? And then 5 minutes later, you're starting to go to sleep, boom, that noise comes on. You're like, whoa, okay, I was getting used to nothing. And now that noise came back on. And it re-stimulates your brain. It re-stimulates the receptors in our ears. And we're like, okay, still awake again. And it's that constant cycle. So if you were to fall asleep to music, let the music turn off at some point, okay? Or if you do, you can get a white noise application on your phone that just has the sound of rainfall. I don't know about you, but when it's raining, I could fall asleep very easily because of how calming the rain can be. I mean, if it's a torrential storm, probably not. I'm gonna be more scared, you know, and be more of a stressed out state. But if it's just a light rainfall, then I can hear it trickling down. It's constant. I can fall asleep to that because it's a calming white noise. But if you just had a constant white noise, nothing too loud, nothing that changes much, that's a great way to help you fall asleep. The other way also to get a great rest. Now these are the three major key important ones. This one isn't as important. It's more of a plus one up thing. This is for the studs that want to be super healthy and like be at the top of their performance. Is natural light to wake you up. Me personally, I wake up at about 4 a.m. every single morning. There's never going to be light at 4 a.m. in the morning. I gotta wake up when it's dark. And when I wake up when it's dark, it's really tough to not fall back asleep because it's still dark outside. I went to sleep when it's dark, and I wake up when it's dark. One great thing that I wish I could have is it's a great sensor, and it's a small light, and you turn it on, and let's say I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m., and at 3 a.m., it starts and it acts like a sunrise inside my room. Light slowly turns on, and my light slowly begins to fill the room. Right when it's at the peak, boop, it'll wake me up. Why? Because I see the light in my eyes now. My brain realizes, hey, it's night, it's early, it's light now. Because again, we are all primal creatures at once. And we didn't have houses, we lived more so in caves, outside. We went to sleep when it was dark because creatures came out of dark that killed us and ate us. We didn't want that to happen. So we hid and slept at night. And well, you know what woke us up in the morning? Birds chirping, and they chirp because of the sunlight, the sun's rising, and then we saw the sun in our eyes, and we thought, oh,